About a year ago, maybe even over a year ago, I had an experience on Twitter. I don't particularly love Twitter, but I always try to have positive experiences on Twitter. And I was talking about Jordan Peterson, and somebody was being kind of just a dick. Like, yeah, I can't believe you listen to that guy. But somehow we ended up turning the conversation around to like, what other things are you interested in? And we both were interested in Eastern philosophy. And he mentioned a book I had never heard of called the I Ching. Um, and I'd read the Tao Te Ching and been familiar with other Taoist concepts, but I'd never heard of the I Ching. And so I've picked up this book. I've been reading this book, and at this point, I'm reading it daily. And it doesn't matter how many times I read it. It's so much information that I just can't take it in yet. So if you want a lot of information to have to work through, if you want to read a book that is going to take you a while to digest, and even though it's not the biggest book, it's maybe that thick, you can read this book through and just begin to memorize it and see patterns and start to take in understandings that you didn't see at first. If you want that type of experience, I highly recommend you go get yourself a physical copy of the I Ching. I I got the audiobook at first, and it was a interesting experience. However, I didn't comprehend what was going on. I just listened. Um, Reading the book is the physical copy is a much smoother experience. It gives you an opportunity to see what's happening. The I Ching is a pictographic book in ways. There are symbols as well as drawings, line drawings, in which you also begin to see meaning in different ways. And that's worth having a physical copy for. It was hard to pick up in the audiobook format, and having a physical copy is very nice for that reason. So, if you are interested in ancient Chinese culture, if you are interested in ancient Chinese philosophy, if you are interested in Taoism in any way, shape, or form, if you are interested in divination in any way, shape, or form, um, if anything like telling the future, tarot cards, or getting advice, that type of thing, communicating with spirit in interesting ways. If any of that is interesting to you, I would recommend reading the I Ching. It is a fantastic read. It is one of my favorites.